Hello, 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 Facebook. Hello, hello. How are you today on this Wednesday? On this great Wednesday here. The weather was a bit rainy most of the day here. However, the sun is trying to come out, and so I decided to come out with it. Because I love my outside. I do. I love when the bugs aren't here. I love my outside. So today, folks, hello, I wanted to chat a bit, and the topic for today is how forethought can be the difference between soaring and stumbling in your business. So how forethought can be the difference between stumbling and soaring in your business. So for those who do not know me, my name is Ronette Clark Williams, and I am the Revenue Optimization Catalyst. I teach female entrepreneurs how to optimize their existing teams, resulting in increased profitability, productivity, progress within their organization, so that they can CEO with ease and confidence. So today's topic, I just was thinking about, even in my life and how I've always approached things, and how that led me to my first career, as I like to call it, and how that translates into how I now manage my team. So in regards to forethought, the official definition, I did go and look up the official definition of forethought, and that is careful consideration of what will be necessary or may happen in the future. So absolutely, that does define it, but my definition, I'd say, to me, the one distinguishing factor is the ability to consistently think about the future. Now, not in a laboring way, not that you're sitting there and you are totally obsessed, but be able to forward think based on trends of the past, or just kind of based on what you have learned, and to make decisions based on that. So for myself, my previous career, I was a project manager. I was in project management and business analysis, and a lot of the project management had to do with setting a date, future-based date, and working backwards. So saying, okay, we're going to implement at this time for this particular, whether we're upgrading a software, whatever we're doing, but we are targeting this date. Now, what do we need to do in order to reach that date? What are the steps that we need to be in place? What is it that we need to analyze, test, whatever phase it was, in order to ensure that we met that date? So in doing that, there was a lot of forward think. There's a lot of, okay, so we need to reach this goal. And so what do we need to have in place to ensure that when we get to that point, we're ready for it? Then we get to that point, that we can manage it and we can handle it. And so that is how my mind worked within my work, as well as within my personal life. I was thinking today, I was kind of laughing because I always get a tickle out of this. When my husband and I first bought our home 12 years ago, the home that we live in now, my mother, my mother-in-law, other elders were all saying, why? Why are you buying a house of this size when it is only the two of you? Why? It doesn't make sense. You all could get something smaller. You all could save money. Why? Why are you doing this? We don't understand. And I knew, based on, again, trends, based on history, based on where our mothers were in their walk and in their life, the fact that we would have children at some point in time, that we looking ahead, again, in that project management hat on, looking ahead to what is it that we're going to need to put in place in order to reach that goal in the future. Hello, Sharita. We are going to need to put some things in place now. Now, that was 12 years ago. Add some years onto that, we've got a child. But we have 2 children. My mother moves in. And so we have gone from, oh, wow, we have a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, basement, office, space, yard, to, okay, well. So now we've got people designating different rooms. And even on top of that, I have a relative that at times when they are traveling and they may be in this area, they stay with us. So even the office space, the separate office space, is a dual function room. So it has become part office and part place to lay your head at night. So this home that once seemed like, oh my gosh, it's excessive, it's too much, you're putting too much into this planning, you're doing too much, you're overthinking, you're all of that. At this point in time, this is exactly what we need. So back then, those 12 years ago, looking ahead, having that forethought helped to ensure that where we're at this point now, everybody has a room, everybody has a place to lay their head, everybody has the space that they need, and that we even have some additional room if we need to make some changes or make some tweaks and, you know, move things around so that we can accommodate any more that we would need to accommodate. Okay, so with that being said, going back to the topic of the forethought, the same way that I approached that in my first career, before I started working with female entrepreneurs and their teams and getting their teams optimized, and the way that I approach things in my personal life is the same way that I personally approach and that I help my clients to approach their teams. And that is that in regards to teams and team building, you are going to need to also apply that forethought in regards to what is the team going to need? What are going to be the needs of the team, of the organization moving forward? Because having that forethought, you're able to then define, okay, what would it potentially look like? And determine, okay, are there, you know, what could potential issues be? And then come up with a mitigation plan. Yeah, a mitigation plan. Okay, so what do we do in this scenario? What do we do in that scenario? What's the plan A? What's the plan B? How do we handle this? Versus not having any of that and things just slowly start to fall apart or fall away, and then you're in reaction mode versus proactive mode. Now again, my definition of forethought, I'm not saying that you sit there and you labor and you labor and you labor and you think of every possible negative scenario that could come up. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying based on trends, based on what you already know, based on what you know, what you've seen, based on what you have learned, maybe if not even in your own personal, but watching maybe how other organizations or other teams or, you know, other teams that you've been a part of. It doesn't have to be the team that you are now the CEO of, but other teams that you've been a part of and other things that you have seen that could have occurred, that you put a plan in place for that forethought that could help you with mitigation, so that if, when things shift, things change, you are prepared for it. So that was just something I was thinking about today. And for those of you who are not seeing this live and who are joining the replay, please, 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 please say hello to me and let me know that you saw the replay. Also, if you're watching this and it resonates with you, or you know somebody else, another female CEO this would resonate with, please share it. Please share it, because we could all use additional insight, information, lessons from, I talk from what I know, I talk from what I've learned, I talk from what I live, right? So anything that can be shared and is helpful, then that's a wonderful thing. And you know, I wasn't going to be on here long. I wanted to speak to that. I also wanted to share that if there's anyone who is interested in getting a little more insight into teams and team development and team building and possible things they need to look out for, I have a freebie that I am now offering to my Facebook friends and clients and such. So I have a freebie that I am now offering, and I'm going to put the link for the freebie up once I finish with the Facebook Live. But the freebie is called Understanding the 5 Phases of Team Development. So again, that's understanding the 5 phases of team development. And as we just talked about, the whole point of gaining that understanding is to be able to define, to, you know, look within your organization and make those determinations. See if, okay, yes, maybe this is coming down the trail, and make those mitigation plans. But just to be able to give you that female CEO that is that forward thinker, that is that decision maker, that is that action taker, a free resource to be able to use to help to give some insight into those 5 phases, and hopefully that will be very beneficial to you and your team. So as I said, I will put the link for the freebie on the post. As usual, if you are interested in having a conversation with me in regards to how I can work with you and your team to get them optimized, then you can inbox me, or I will also put a link up where you can review some of our program offers. And you can also book a consultation, a free consultation from there. So that's it for now. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We're almost there. Almost there. Only a few days left. All right, everyone. Have a great day. And again, share it if you know anyone who could benefit of it. And please, watching the replay, let me know you were here. Thanks. Bye.